Assalamu alaikum. Today you will learn about JSP. Before moving on to any of the further topics, please be informed that this is the 13th tutorial in the series. So if you have not gone through the previous tutorials, I highly recommend you to go through those tutorials first and then continue with this one. So before understanding JSP, you should know what are servlets, which we already have covered in our previous tutorials. To be honest, using servlet you can build any web application. I mean, it has got all the technology required for building a web application. You can capture a request and assign a servlet to handle that request. But there is one potential problem with that, which we will see in this tutorial. Now, in order to understand what is the issue with servlets in a web application, we are going to create a simple servlet. I will say print writer response.getWriter. In this, I will simply print some text over here using println. And use a web annotation in this. We are going to name this test. So right click, run as, run on server, and this is it. Now what if we want to design this web page using servlet? How are we going to do that? Well, you can say we can write some HTML code inside println. That should work, right? Out.println. I will initiate some HTML text over here. HTML body and a closing HTML and closing body. So in order to change the color, we are going to use a simple property, that is bg color is equals to, let's say, pink in single quotes. This should work. Right click, run on server. As you can see, we have got our background color changed to pink. Now similarly, if we want to design a website, we can design using HTML code inside servlet using printWriter method. So what's the problem? Well, if you look at any web page, this is a very simple web page that is an Amazon web page for Samsung phone. And if I right click over here, go to view source, here you can see what does it take to render this page. It takes a lot of HTML text over here, which goes on forever. So obviously writing that amount of code inside our servlet is a quite hectic thing, and it requires a lot of patience, and missing any of the tags will definitely ruin our web page. So to solve this problem, JSP came into picture. Now how does a JSP works? Instead of writing HTML code inside Java, we can write Java code inside HTML. So let's create a JSP. I will go to my project, source, main, in web app folder. I will say new JSP file. Let's name it as index.jsp. So this is our JSP. As you can see, this is not very much different from a HTML file. Let's try to run this. Hello from JSP. Let's run this and see what happens. As you can see, it is not working any way different from our regular HTML page. In the way it differs from an HTML page is we can write some Java code inside this. So if I say int a is equals to 2 and int b is equals to 4 and int c is equals to a plus b. But if you write this, it will take it as a plain text. In order for JSP to understand this is a Java code, we have to use some tags. One of the tags that we can use is this. This is called as scriptlet tag. And then we can print out the value of C using out.print. The value of C is You need to put this inside this tag. Okay, and now run this using semicolon over here. Run on server. You get the value here. So in this way you can write some Java code inside JSP. Now there is a shortcut of printing this statement. Let me show you how we can do that. As you can see over here, the value of C is dynamic and rest of the statement is constant. So what we can do is we can pull this statement out from here as a plain text, and in order for us to print the value of C, we can use a tag which is called expression tag. In this we can simply pass the value what we want to print. Now to the user it will not show any difference, but for us we know that the only dynamic values we have to place it inside the Java code, because placing static value does not make any sense. Similarly, if we want to design this page, only the dynamic values such as price or such as colors, available rams, etc., that should be placed inside tags, and rest of the things, as you can see, these things are constant. Descriptions is constant. Rest of the things should be placed outside of the tags. So now you understand how JSP works. We write the constant text outside of the tags, and the things that are dynamic or the things that are meant to be changed, that things are placed inside the tags. Now there are more tags apart from this, which we will surely cover in the next tutorial, so stay tuned.